myAgent is the contact center application for OpenScape business. If your business is focused on customer service, then this application is right for you, whether you have a dedicated contact center department or not. It's simple, intelligent, and optimized for up to 64 agents. Using unified communications, it allows you to easily contact the right people to get the answers you and your customers need. So let's take a look at myAgent. So this is the contact center application for OpenScape business, and it allows you to provide high levels of measurable customer service for your customers. It offers a number of key features, and they're designed for people that are actually going to handle the inbound phone calls, emails or faxes, and for the people that are going to manage that team of people. And it can work for any department that takes a lot of inbound inquiries. So, this could be a doctor's surgery, this could be a housing department within a council, this could be a business that's selling a lot of product from, say, a warehousing facility, or indeed an IT department that wants to offer good levels of customer service. The key thing about OpenScape myAgent is that it's very simple to use. So as a user that's going to take phone calls, all I have to do is manage a few of these buttons that I see on the screen. When I come in the morning, what I do, first of all, is turn on my computer and then I log in. When I log in, it asks me to select the extension I'm going to use, and then it makes me available to receive phone calls. So for example here, I can see that I'm logged in to take calls that are now presented to the IT help desk. And as a user, I stay logged in all day until I finish my shift. During the rest of that period at work, I just use these buttons to control my status. So for example, if I want to go for a coffee break, I select that option, click OK, and then the system puts me into coffee break mode. And my manager and all my colleagues can see that I'm no longer available to take those inbound important phone calls or emails or faxes that are going to come into my department. If I come back early and I want to make myself available to take phone calls again, then I just simply click on the receive calls button, and that puts me back into the queue to take those inquiries. So from a user's perspective, myAgent is very, very simple to use. If I'm using a headset, then I can control what phone calls I take by using the simple on-screen buttons that you see here. So I can dial, I can answer, I can transfer, hold and record a call. If I need help from one of my managers, then I simply click the assistance button and I can have a chat conversation with my manager to tell them about my problem. And if they want to, my manager or supervisor can then intrude and listen to the phone call or give advice to the customer in real time. So from an agent's perspective, myAgent is a very simple application to use. myAgent provides us with lots of information that helps us make sure that we're offering a really good level of service for our customers. So for example, if I receive an incoming phone call, then I can see that that phone call is being presented into the system. I can see what queue it's targeted for, and I can also see the name and the number of the incoming caller. So any calls that appear or are presented through to me will be listed on the screen in a queue. So if I make another incoming phone call into the system, you'll now see that I've got a second call. Now, as the person that's managing this contact center, if I want to make changes to the way that these calls are being presented, then I can make changes easily just by clicking on them. So for example, if a call is second in the queue and I think it should be first, I can click and I can adjust it and I can move it up. So this information about how many calls that we've got waiting to be answered, or calls indeed that we've answered and now being dealt with, is really important information for us, and it's provided in real time. Also on our screen, we can see some statistical information that tells us overall how we're doing. So here, for example, I can see that the IT help desk has not got any calls queuing at the moment, but the sales queue has. I can see how many people are logged in to take those calls, how long people have been waiting, how long people have been sat doing nothing, a total of how many calls we've answered so far today, and very importantly, how many calls have been abandoned. So I can see that if I'm missing calls, I've got a problem, and myAgent makes it extremely easy to do something about that. So as the manager or the supervisor of the contact centre, myAgent makes it really easy for me to understand what level of service we're offering to our customers, and also easy for me to make changes to the way that we provide that service. So for example, I can see at the moment that I've got extension 100 and 103 logged in to take calls that are presented through to the IT help desk. Now, if I want to take one of those extensions out of that queue, then a right click and then a left click to remove them is all I need to do. If I then want to put somebody into a group, I click on our internal directory and I can see all of my available agents. I can then take one of those agents and drag them and let them go, and that puts them into that group. It offers me some features that I can assign to that person in that particular queue or group. So for example, they could be a primary agent or they could be an overflow agent. And I can give them a skill level from 0 to 100%. And adjusting these features and facilities will determine how many calls are presented through to that person when they receive a call from the IT help desk. I can activate other features such as if a customer leaves a message, will we present that to this particular person in the form of a callback which they'll deal with on screen. Once I've made all of these settings, I simply click save and my person is now assigned to take calls that go into that IT help desk. As the supervisor or manager, I'll also find it really useful to be able to run reports that will let me analyse how well we're performing as a business. So to do that, all I need to do is simply click the reports button. I can then see all of the different reports that are available to me, and there's over 20 available as standard. For example, then if I wanted to run a missed calls report, I'd just click on missed calls and I would see that information on screen. And having that information enables me to make the appropriate changes to the business. So myAgent is an application which enables businesses to offer really high levels of defined customer service. It's easy for people on the phone to use, and it's easy for managers to make changes based on the information that's available to them as those needs change during the day-to-day operation of the contact centre. That's OpenScape Business from Unify. Don't miss out on the opportunity to enhance your business today.